Chapter 183. When Alex saw that Emma was panicking, he smiled before assuring her. "My dear wife, don't worry about the villa. Mr. White will never come and cause any trouble because of this villa." Trump continued shaking his head. "No. Last time when you helped the Elaine family with their feng shui problem, you already spent more than $100 million of their money just to bid on the clamshell. Now, the White family is actually giving you a villa just to thank you. These two families are both extremely famous and prestigious in Oris Hill. I am afraid that they will regret their decision in the future, and sooner or later, they will come and demand that you give everything back to them." Trump continued speaking. "You should return the villa to the White family as soon as possible. Otherwise, I am afraid that all of us are doomed if they try to settle the score with us." At this time, Alex's mother-in-law suddenly blurted out, "What do you mean? Why should we return the villa to the White family? After all, Mr. Hazel was the one who gave this villa to Alex. Alex did not steal this villa from anyone. This villa will be our home in the future." Elaine had never imagined that she would ever have the opportunity to live in such a luxurious villa. Now that they had finally acquired the villa, Trump was asking her son-in-law to return the villa. Wasn't this equivalent to killing her? Emma replied helplessly, "Mom, we should not be accepting this kind of gift from others. It will definitely be very troublesome in the future." "There will not be any trouble at all." Elaine snorted as she looked at Alex before saying, "Oh, Alex, I really did not expect you to be so capable. I would not have expected you to have such a great ability to actually earn such a big villa for us to live in." Elaine smiled and said excitedly, "I really have a terrific son-in-law. You should have started giving feng shui advice to other people earlier. That way, we would have been rich a long time ago." Trump could not tolerate his wife any longer. Thus, he quickly spoke up and said, "Wife, this is not just about the villa. Even if Alex really gave them some feng shui advice, how is it appropriate for him to accept a villa like this? Wouldn't we be in a lot of trouble if the White family regrets their decision in the future?" Elaine jumped up in anger as soon as she heard Trump's words. Then, she pointed a finger at Trump before she said, "Don't give me all these unnecessary excuses. I have been suffering and living in poverty all my life with you. I finally have the opportunity to live in a big and luxurious villa, and yet, you are asking me to give it back? Let me tell you something, Trump. If you force your son-in-law to give this villa up, I will divorce you immediately. You really are the most materialistic woman I have ever seen in my life." Trump was so angry and at a loss for words that he simply sat down on the sofa. Alex smiled before saying, "Dad, don't worry about it. This villa will not be taken away. My good son-in-law, you are really very capable." Elaine continued looking around the villa as she touched the antiques and calligraphy paintings that were hanging on the wall. Overjoyed, she said, "Harold Father can show off as much as he wants. Now, I am the one living in this beautiful and luxurious villa while his family can only afford to buy one of the units in the high-rise condominium outside. I am really very happy today." Emma could not take it anymore, finally pulling Alex aside and whispering, "Alex, tell me the truth. What is going on?" Alex replied, "My dear wife, don't worry too much about it. I assure you that this is a legitimate income and I did not cheat or lie to get it. However, it is rather inconvenient for me to explain everything to you right now. I promise I will tell you everything when I have the chance to do so in the future." "All right then. I will believe you since you say that there is a reason for all of this," Emma replied after thinking it over for a short while. "But Alex, I don't think that you should continue giving feng shui advice to others. Otherwise, my dad and I will be very worried." Alex took this opportunity to hold her hand and say, "Don't worry, Emma. I will not do anything to make you worry. Dad is still pushing us to have a child. What would you do if something were to happen to me? Don't be silly." Emma blushed before taking her hand back from Alex. Meanwhile, Elaine was exclaiming excitedly as she walked down the stairs. When I come back from my trip next week, I am going to invite all the people that I know to come and visit this new villa that I have just bought. As soon as she heard her mother's words, Emma replied immediately, "Mom, this villa was given to Alex. He is our son-in-law, so the villa that is given to him naturally belongs to us too."